All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's the final few potential matches here in Division 1 America's Draft Showdown. In the grand finals, you've got Cup Pong coming in from the winner side of the bracket. EMPICONES going to be the losers contenders here. And it's Pigeon. I go by Lily, and joining me in the casting booth tonight is going to be Exia. Exia, how are we doing?
I'm kind of a bit of a swoozy here a little bit, but yeah, this is gonna be probably one of the most anticipated matches of this tournament. Of course, Division 1, we're in the grand finals. This is the top two teams of this entire tournament. These two teams from the same group, EMPICONES, going 6-4, or excuse me, losing 4-6 against Cup Pong, almost bringing it to tiebreak in the group stage. And now here we are in a higher SR pool, higher stakes, best of 13. And we are going to see who is going to be the winner of the American Draft Showdown. And Lily, this pool, very, very slot pooled as it is. You can already see it from a lot of these maps here. What you're going to see is not one of the modern map pooling styles that we've had, from Nomad 2's being more flowy and then Fremont 1 being that kind of streamy, more stamina heavy map. But yeah, very slot pooled. And I'd see that this is a very easy pool to understand for viewers as well.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Kind of know what you're getting whenever the picks come out. It's very, very standard pool. Honestly, a lot of really cool maps in it as well. It's a lot of unique kinds of maps too. There's plenty of gimmick in this pool. I think EMPICONES definitely has looked a lot better on some of the more gimmicky picks, stuff that's either low AR or very alt heavy or rhythm, whatever. They tend to look really good on that. Cup Pong also, though, is very solid at those things, and is also just a team that is very stacked when it comes to mechanics as well. You've got Arnold 24x24, you got Birchman, Peekapone, A-Rec on that team. They can all do some crazy stuff, as well as Eddie. Eddie's absolutely ridiculous, but we're already getting into the picks and bans here. It's going to be second ban from EMPICONES, and they're going to be first ban from Cup Pongs with the Fremont 3. Is understandable, though. EMPICONES in their match yesterday versus Worse Than Me, they had some very demon scores on that Fremont 3. So I believe this is just a respect ban from Cup Pong, and also going to be that Nomad 3 from them as well. Again, I believe it was Ethan Tricks on both maps that just put up phenomenal scores to be able to secure the points there. It's going to be the Nomad 2 ban from EMPICONES on that stream tapping map. DT2 also going to be their other ban. So just, again, focusing on getting rid of some of the more mechanics-forward maps, which makes sense, especially with so many insane tapping players on the side of Cup Pong.
I mean, Cup Pong, you got Birchman, you got Arnold, you got Peekapone. I mean, basically, kind of the fifth of that roster is really good at that. Or excuse me, 5 out of 8 players on that roster really, really good at tapping. EMPICONES kind of need to go out on the gimmick. So, I mean, I can already see why Nomad 2, DT2 is already being banned out. Nomad 3 being banned out by Cup Pong. kind of like keeping the gimmick in the pool. It makes sense. Like they're still good at gimmick. They're still going to put out some really good scores in the gimmick. Very breakpointable as well. It's not like it's a very impossible point to try and take over, but especially when you're looking at the Nomad 5, which is especially a little bit lower AR than 8, which is exactly 7.7. The only other low AR pool in this map, or excuse me, maps that are low AR is Hidden 2, and then Fremont 2, the anti-mod map. So there's only like 3 gimmick maps in this pool. Maybe you can make an exception for a very kind of weird map like the Dense Flow on Fremont 3, considering that the circle size is kind of like that. But considering that, yeah, gimmick is going to be still up in the air for both of these teams.
Definitely a lot of options available for different routes of pick strategy here. We are going to be needing to see that first pick pretty soon. It's going to be Hidden 1. I saw the Nomad 7 from Vishio, and that very much confused me because 1, not their pick, and 2, also no Nomad 7. But yeah, that Hidden 1 gonna be the first pick for Cuppong. And I mean, EMPICONES, they've got really solid hidden players, but in their previous match, the only other time that they played each other was during group stage, and as Exia said earlier, it was 6-4 in favor of Cuppong. Cuppong actually bested EMPICONES on multiple hidden maps. So, definitely not a team that is uncomfortable when it comes to hidden.
Yeah, you're completely right. Only a couple of maps that have been played from the last time that EMPICONES have played in the losers bracket against Worse Than Me, were I believe it was the Fremont 4 that was played, as well as that Fremont 3 as well. So we are going to see maybe that come out from EMPICONES as well. If we're looking down the entire pool that they played on that losers bracket, is Nomad 4. You also have Hidden 3, Hard Rock 2 as well. And the last map that they played to complete that sweep was indeed Fremont 1. So it's very you're not having a lot of knowledge on their DTs because they haven't even picked through DT at all for EMPICONES. So I think Cuppong has a lot of like leeway in DTs, just considering that it is still very fog of war when you're going into those DT maps. But I think you're a little bit more confident considering that you are very good at mechanics over EMPICONES, and especially the players on your left side of the screen: Picapone, Arnold, Zucchini, and Yuichi. Very confident players for the Cuppong side. EMPICONES with their hidden players: Carlos Flow, Ethan Trix, You're Cute, and Rectagon. And I'm going to be specifically looking at Ethan Trix and Rectagon have been absolutely fire and lights out on these hidden picks, especially very awkward aim such as this one. So as EMPICONES have one of the 2 carries, you also have Picapone and Arnold to do really good heavy work for Cuppong here.
Yeah, a lot of heavy hitters, and this matchup, of course, with it being the winners grand finals now, you expect some of the best, especially in an open rank tournament here. But here we go. Map number 1 is on Hidden 1, and normally I would expect the Hidden 1 first pick to be from a team like EMPICONES, but Cuppong, they got the better of EMPICONES on the group stage Hidden 1 as well, so they're looking to try to do it again. Yuichi going to be finding a very early miss.
Only early. You can already see how this map is kind of shaping out. 9.8 AR, not going to be at all difficult for a lot of these players, but extremely fast, snappy aim, 133 BPM, around 260 BPM for that doubling of that BPM, and how this map really works out. But that only 1 miss currently. The score is just about 10k in difference, but you can already see the awkwardness kind of arriving. Ethan Trix, star player. I see one of the stronger players for these hidden picks is going to find the first break for EMPICONES. And that is going to be a break on Arnold. Yuichi is going to break as well. Picapone has a 3-way break across the side of Cuppong. 3 FC still holding against Zucchini. And that's a whole lot of FCs that Zucchini needs to go over. Carlos is going to drop that one. Your cute Rectagon holding these FCs. And those are the only ones intact as Cuppong stays strong with his first FC against 2.
Yeah, right now it is just Zucchini doing their best to combat at least one of those two FCs from JP and Rectigon. It's misses all across the board, and Rectigon is going to give one of those two FCs down now, so it's actually super close in terms of score right now, but I mean, there's so much of the map remaining. We're only a third of the way through, and still JP and Zucchini make it out of that first PI with the full combos, but better recoveries built up for Cupong with those few misses from both Carlos and Rectigon. Now, as I say that, it's going to be dropping a few combos, and now Zucchini falls on the last note before this pause section, so that's actually really bad for Cupong. JP going to have an opportunity to bring this score very much in their favor.
Anyways, that one FC is going to do incredible wonders right now. It's going to increase the score lead by about maybe 150k from a little bit of the section right here. Very easy, very calm and collected that Yorku is. And he's going right into a 4-digit combo possibly. But still, 2 more key eyes left to go. Yuichi finding another break. There's not a lot of combo on the side of Cupong. And this is their pick, so the breakpoint there is already being kind of brought up now as Yorku is still kind of going on fire right now. The aim is not a problem for him. Carlos Flow dropping, and that's basically it. I mean, everyone's building back combo, but that combo on Yorku, the FC, oh my goodness. He's 1.2k in combo, and he's still going to continue the rise. Giddy's going to drop a huge combo, supporting combo, and Arnold as well. And 300k is in the lead for EMPICONES as they are going to arrive. As that FC is going to drop, but you do have EMPICONES and Rectigon to back you up. It doesn't even matter. The breakpoint might as well be cemented already.
Absolutely. It feels so far gone for Cupong. It would need to be an absolute disaster on the side of EMPICONES from both of the players holding on to the major combos. It was Arnold who was on that highest recovery combo for Cupong that was trying their best to match. It was very similar comboing towards what EthanTrix had. But the moment you drop that combo, the moment was Cupong is just not going to be able to bring it back now. The first pick, I mean, it worked for them last time these two teams face up each other in that group bracket, but right now, in terms of the grand finals difficulty here, EMPICONES have just been performing so well, Exia. I don't know if you saw the scoreline, but in their match yesterday versus Worse Than Me, they won 7-0. And yes, Worse Than Me was down UFO, which was a major player for them, but it was very, very dominating from EMPICONES.
Well, that's one of the other maps that now they have knowledge over. And now EMPICONES FC Bancho breaking as well. Thank you, Bancho. I appreciate it.
Classic.
Okay, this is a very long pause. That was a very long pause. But anyways, yeah, EMPICONES. It's going to be a very, very... This is actually very convincing breakpoint as well. I mean, very good score from... Oh, EthanTrix is gone. That's why.
The map also might just be over right now. So EthanTrix probably just left the lobby. Just because Bancho moment. But... yeah, that's gonna be an immediate breakpoint for EMPICONES. I don't know, because like you've got 3 people all dropping over 500k on Cupong. Even if Yuichi was down just a little under 300k, like it's still a very respectable team score, but just nobody that was able to match any of the major combos from both EthanTrix or JP.
All right.
Pull up the match from Worse Than Me and EMPICONES yesterday. We saw, I believe, actually, let me double check on this before I start talking. Yeah, it was first pick from Worse Than Me. EMPICONES' first pick was on that Digital Utopia, which is in the free mods here on that free mod 3, and that's banned out, probably just because of how well they did on it. So I would expect maybe something like the Hidden 3 from them. Also, that Nomad 4 is available too. I don't think we got to see that in the previous match. And they did look good on the DT4, and actually we are just going to see them go into that DT4. It's some very, very solid scores coming through from the players previously, so this pick makes a lot of sense.
All right. Going into a little bit of snappiness, a little bit of techiness. So this map has some sort of, I guess you would say, rhythm to it, because it has the alt aspect. Every single DT that we have in the pool is actually 10.3 AR, so no one is getting any low AR reading from this map pool at all. You can already hear in the rhythms. It's a UK rampage map, so I think you're gonna expect all the rhythms, all the ulti sections, all the very awkward snappiness on the doubles and triples. But yeah, I think this is a very good pick for EMPICONES here. They are a really confident team when it comes to aim controls such as this one. Very, very fast aim control as well. Is kind of like sitting at the longer side of the DT pool, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. It's not the longest DT map in the pool, but it's going to test a little bit of that consistency on the DT too.
And just wanted to clarify, because I did make a mistake here. This map was not played in the match previously. It was actually banned. It was banned by Worse Than Me, so they didn't get an opportunity to play this. But I was thinking of the previous week's DT4, or I guess it's been many weeks since Division 1 played in this tournament, in the final stage. So EMPICONES is definitely a solid team when it comes to these kinds of DT4s, but we already see all the players and them. We just need to find that fourth player from Cuppong. Maybe AREC potentially. I know they're on that team, but you also still have Arnold on that team as well, so it's hard to make a choice between some of the better DT players on your team here to fill it out. I imagine it's just going to be Arnold.
Yeah. I have no idea what's happening. I'm like, my Wi-Fi is like freezing every like 30 seconds. I don't know what's happened, bro.
GG. No, I've been giving some pauses just in case. I figured something like that was happening, but yeah. Here we go. We're getting into map number 2. It's Arnold 24-24, Birchman, Yuichi, and Flat Paper for Cuppong. EMPICONES is Carlos Flo, JP, Rectagon, and Chalk Gamer.
Anyways, let's see if Cuppong can retaliate against this breakpoint by getting another breakpoint of themselves. Tying this up 1-1. EMPICONES consolidating this is not going to be an easy task, considering that the players on the left side, Arnold, Birchman, Flappy, and Yuichi. Yuichi going to be the kind of field player for Cuppong, as he's especially been playing really consistent at these like fourth player slots, but Yuichi gonna find a break after your cute as well. There's a little bit more ACK advantage towards the side of EMPICONES, so the FCs right here don't really matter, but the Choke Gamer is gonna trade for Birchman. So now these FCs are gonna become kind of like null here. It is going to be 2 FCs to 2. A lot more supporting combo on the side of EMPICONES, so it's gonna bring the score lead just a little bit over there, but the Flat Paper out dropping an FC, and Arnold, he's going to continue this reign on his FC. He needs to contest against these 2 FCs, but Carlo's going to find a drop. There's still more supporting combo on the side of EMPICONES. Birchman's trying to drop a supporting combo. Chalk Gamer is going to find drops on the supporting combo, but Arnold and Rectagon is the name of the game right here, as both of those players need to test it out, but Rectagon's Zach, what can you do? Arnold is at 89, Rectagon's at 96. This guy's an absolute maniac.
Yeah, I think Arnold has dropped about 20 plus slider ends so far in this map, and the fact that all of the players on EMPICONES are above a 95, almost 96 each. It's going to be pretty bad, but Rectigon going to be finding a miss there. Now that's the last FC gone for EMPICONES. It's JP to try to match a little bit more combo on Arnold, but it's a 4-way miss on Cuppong and a 3-way miss on EMPICONES. The only player to make it through that pattern was Carlos, and they're on 190 combo right now, so there's actually hardly any combo anywhere, but 300,000 points is going to be a lot for Cuppong to be able to bring back.
I mean, getting a breakpoint on a DT4 against this kind of team is kind of impossible, and especially we're in to the last quarter of the map. Not a lot of things you could do here. All you could do is pray, hope to hold combo and wait for breaks on the side of EMPICONES, but nothing is startling anything. Flat Paper finding a break. That's not what you want. Your Q's gonna find a trade, but it's more breaks on the side of EMPICONES actually. But that's 300k. That's impossible to take over with more breaks. And that is definitely going to be the consolidation of EMPICONES. They're going to find the breakpoint in the first map against Cuppong and find a consolidation on their DT4. Go up 2-0, and bracket reset might be around the corner if this keeps up.
Yeah, I mean, this team has just been firing on all cylinders across both of their matches played so far. Now, it is still very early on into the match. The fact still stands. They are up a single breakpoint, and they won on their first pick. But they just look so good at everything that I've seen them get played so far. They just look very, very solid. They always have 3 minimum players that can play the maps well, and even then, the 4th player is normally pretty comfortable on it too. Like, the lowest score for them is 440k, which is almost as much as the highest score on Cuppong. So it's like, it's really tough to beat them on their own picks, and also they're contesting a lot of your own picks. So Cuppong might need to see them switch things up here with a different pick strategy. I don't think you go back into the hiddens. I think maybe you try to go into some of the hard rocks, or even go into the free mods potentially. You do have that free mod 4, which is on the faster side with some heavy finger control, but we'll see.
Now, what do you pick here? I guess you can think of like mechanics as a way. DT3 is available. Maybe. If you're looking at like, if you're going to go into your strengths, Nomad 2 and DT2 were kind of there to kind of help you with your mechanics kind of side, but Free Mod 4, DT3, maybe you can make an exception for DT1 being consistency, a little bit of burst, a little bit of a fast aim. Hard Rock 1 on the mech tech side, Hidden 3 on that tech side, number 4 as well, as that is a pretty hectic aim control tech map, as well as the sliders on that kind of map. But it is going to be the DT3, kind of expected. You did talk about how Cuppong exceptionally better at EMPICONES at speed, so this pick, no brainer. Definitely looking out for them to win this map.
Yeah, I think this is a good way to start on a recovery here for Cuppong. They're only down the 1 breakpoint. It's very doable to be able to bring back. I mean, even if they give up another breakpoint, like, it makes it a little harder, but like, it's still not impossible. So I think with this pick, it's going to be very solid for them. It's definitely a little bit more of their style than I think EMPICONES, but you do have at least 2 or 3 players on EMPICONES who have potential to really just put up solo carry performances, like Rectigon potentially could just come out with an absolutely insane score and to just like 1v4 essentially. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't believe we got to see this map in the previous match either, so will be another new map here.
Well, anyways, the BPM going to be pretty high for this one, especially 276 BPM of H-star speed, high BPM speed. The circle size is 3.4, so you gotta have a little bit of leeway to kind of like shake a little bit, have a little bit of nerves, kind of control your aim. 9.4 OD, so hackable could be hit or miss on this kind of map for Act. I think you expect some of these players to just kind of reach that mid section of 95%. For, I believe, Cup Pong is just going to be exceptionally well. I mean, you have Birchman, you have Flat Paper, two really good Canadian speed players, and Yuchi has been especially in for every single map, apparently. I think you expect Arnold for the fourth on Cup Pong, but EMPICONES having Carlos Slow, Vixio by like Rectagon in your queue as well.
These are going to be your players here. Cuppong looking to try to secure a first point for themselves. Their first pick didn't quite go their way on that hidden one, but now we're into the DT3. I think opportunity is a lot higher for them to be able to win on this pick, so is looking to get their first point on the board here. EMPICONES, I don't necessarily know exactly how their full team score might look on this map, especially since we haven't gotten to see it. I would imagine this would favor Cup Pong.
There wasn't any information that EMPICONES played this in the last match that they played, 7-0 sweep against Worse Than Me. The only information that we have is the Nomad 2 and DT2 bans that they put on to Cup Pong for this grand finals. There was only one break on Rectagon, and that is currently the only break. Arnold finding the first break. Birchman is going to kind of trade that with BCO by like. It is going to be 2 FCs to 2. Never mind, make that 1 FC to 2. As Yuchi going to be in the pockets for the win here and trying to deny these breakpoints. You cannot let the bleed on for any longer, and you need these points now. But Birchman and Flat Paper aren't helping your case as EMPICONES finding hold, finding structure through this midsection of the map.
I mean, it's already a little rough for Cup Pong, but with that miss from JP, it's going to help out Cup Pong's chances just a little bit. And Arnold going to be finding a few more breaks to drop their recovery combos. Vishio is going to trade out on one of them, but you still have Carlos FCing to match Yuichi, and Rectagon's recovery is completely uncontested right now, so again, they're just going to continue to further their score lead here. We're already coming up to the final third of the map, and they're up almost 400,000 points over Cup Pong right now. So, I mean, this is, again, starting to look like it's going to be another breakpoint for EMPICONES.
It's just very unfortunate underperforming from the Canadian tournament players. I mean, Birchman, Flat Paper, as well as Arnold, unfortunate underperforming, just kind of shit missing everywhere. But you saw your cute finding a break. Rectagon finally finding his supporting combo break, almost a reverse choke. But it's Carlos Flow, basically Yuchi on these FCs. But what can you do as Yuchi? Nothing you can do against that FC, and a lot more stronger scores on EMPICONES, as that is unfortunate for Cup Pong. The second breakpoint gonna cement themselves into EMPICONES' pocket, as that is 1 FC to 1. But the efforts are in vain. Never mind. It's not 1 FC to 1. It is now just 1 FC on Carlos. Unfortunate.
Yeah, very, very close to being the FC. I mean, we can call it an FC. Essentially, Yuichi did what was needed for their team, but unfortunately, you just had better supporting combos for Carlos on EMPICONES. And I mean, even the accuracies as well. Like, the accuracies just look so much more comfortable again for EMPICONES. And like, they just are playing solid right now. They played so solid yesterday. They're continuing to play solid, but they are coming in from the losers bracket. So, I mean, if it's something like maybe nerves from Cup Pong, because that did really feel like a bit of an underperformance from some of their players. But like, if it's nerves, then like, they don't have to worry if they do lose this match, because it will just go to the bracket reset. But I mean, it's a little bit harder now. You've lost both of your first 2 picks. EMPICONES looking to try to consolidate for a 4th point in a row. It'll make it difficult for Cup Pong, but not impossible.
Yeah, some very nice scores from both of them. Kind of like nothing is kind of working. You got kind of banged out by DT4 on the alt map. The hidden one, the aim, the awkwardness wasn't very comfortable for on your side. That a DC3 that you kind of banked on winning kind of faltered. And so EMPICONES, foot on the gas, and now with opportunities to go up 4-0, we're very, very comfortable. If I was them, I'd say just take your time, take your absolute precious time to find some maps that are going to be absolutely destructive against Cuppong. The free mod is still available. I mean, going into anti-mod, yes, I was about to mention the anti-mod is still going to be very comfortable for EMPICONES, just because they're a very good reading team, as well as you got good precision players as well for the free mod too. But now it is going to be go to Neko Dungeon. We're going into that anti-mod map.
Yeah, and I mean, going into free mod for EMPICONES, I think, is a no-brainer. You have Rectigon, who is a very solid Hard Rock player, and then both JP and Ethantrix extremely proficient on Hidden, and that just kind of leaves always one extra person who can take that no mod if they need to. On the other side, though, I mean, you do have some specialists as well for Cuppong, but we didn't get to see this map again, I believe, in the previous match for Worse Than Me versus EMPICONES, because, yeah, Worse Than Me banned this versus EMPICONES. So it is a little interesting. I am curious if we do get to that bracket reset, if Cuppong is going to stick with their bans, or if we're going to see them switch it up, because it seemed to me like they did their bans solely off of at seeing how EMPICONES did on a few of the maps that were played in their previous match. Maybe more worthwhile to leave one or two of those maps open and ban out on some of the stuff that now they have information of that they didn't get that information from the previous match.
So if they can replicate that, I mean, the score is not very hard to beat on the Fremont 2 that they played. Or, excuse me, did they even play a Fremont 2? No.
No, it was banned.
Not even, it was banned. Well, this is the first time they're going to be playing this. Information that Cuppong has, kind of nothing. Going into this, probably EMPICONES very comfortable on this anti-mob mat, especially that they're picking this. Do I even think of easies coming out for this one, especially with the multiplier? Possibly not. It's 1.7. I think you're coming out with like a 750k bonus, maybe 800k. I'm not really good at math on the fly, but
yeah, about 800.
About there. So I guess it's gonna be very much the players that are not with the easy multipliers are gonna be really, really good at this, or to have to be really good at this, because you need that maximum 1 million score they can possibly take. But now we're going into a definitely going to see easy from Ethantrix. There is a Hard Rock hidden on, I believe, Yuchi and You're Cute. And if his Bancho loads in, yes, there is going to be the Hard Rock on Rectagon and Sipes on the hidden. So there is exactly a mod on every single player on EMPICONES. And there is 2 no mods on the side of Pikapone and Zucchini. Now, with Grand Finals, does mod advantage help by a little bit? If the score is by 10k winning on EMPICONES, yes, it would matter. But will they able to FC these maps? That is 3 breaks already on the side of Cuppong as EMPICONES holding 2 FCs on the easy and the hidden Hard Rock on UQ. This is an absolute insane score already. And that is just an unfortunate miss from Scythe, but all good. You have a lot of score on your teammates.
Yeah, lots of score going their way right now, and they are up this 200,000 points. The easy is incorporated into the overlay for Ethantrix with the multiplier, but Ethantrix is going to be finding a miss, as well as JP and Sips again, and now is just Rectigon, the last remaining big combo for their team. So this is an opening for Cuppong to maybe potentially put some combos together themselves, but it's just Zucchini, who's about 100 combo down on Rectigon. And the next highest combo is going to be on Pikapone and Arnold. But, I mean, yeah, we need to see more misses from EMPICONES. But, I mean, that score is going back the way of Cuppong.
It is coming back. You still have a little bit of an easy multiplier. I'm not sure if the score here is being calculated already, but we are kind of in Tiosu, so I think it would make sense for this score to be multiplied already. Zucchini on the Nomad, he's going crazy, and he's holding the lead, has taken over, but I'm not sure if the easy multiplier is there. Still a little bit more map to go, and Is that calculated already? Yeah, Rob just confirmed it was calculated already. So Cup Pong just made the breakpoint. So 1.8 million, 1.8 million, 831K against a 1.817. That is as close as it could get.
Very, very close there. The mods almost worked out for EMPICONES. I wonder if maybe one of them had just gone no mod there. That it might have been a little bit of a different story, but either way, EMPICONES, they are still up that breakpoint, but now Cupong has been able to secure one of those breakpoints back. And we will get to see where they go with their next pick. But I mean, you mentioned it before, they've kind of lost on everything that we would expect them to win on. Whether it was an underperformance or not, EMPICONES has bested them on that hidden one. They bested them on the DT4 and the DT3. So I really would like to see them go maybe into more of the hard rock. Yes, you do have like Rectigon on EMPICONES, who is a demon on hard rock, but I feel like overall team scores should be better from Cupong on any of the hard rocks.
Going into hard rock? Perform maps in. We're going into a grand finals as this one. Cupong have a lot of picks, but at the same time, you do need to perform at the level that you were supposed to. For EMPICONES, they're kind of lights out already. I mean, they're firing on all the cylinders, is what Lily already said, but it's going to be no mod 1. We're going straight into consistency. Someone said that they wanted some classic game, and classic game you will get 9.9 AR, almost 10. We're going to a little bit of a larger circle size of 3.9, OD at 9.2, 3 minutes of very, very classic game, very, very simple aim, very straightforward map as well.
Arnold saying in chat that they were sight reading.
What?
I hope not.
They're sight reading the normal one right now? Are they sight reading the normal one right now?
The last map.
Oh, we just lost.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, whatever. It was a significant delay. They had plenty of time to practice, and if it really was a sight read, which I don't think it was, but it's possible, then that's kind of a crazy score, because he was one of those higher scores for Cupong to be able to get that point. I think it was like
430K sight read in match. Yeah, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro.
Little ridiculous, but they got the point. That's what matters. Yeah, we're gonna try to consolidate here on the Nomad 1, right? As you said, it's almost that AR10. Shouldn't really be a big deal for these players, but it's big old jumps. It's 220 BPM and almost 8 stars as well. One of the higher SR maps in the pool, but we do see all the players in for EMPICONES and need to start seeing some players flood in for Cupong. We see Eddie in for the first time. Or actually, no, I think Eddie played on that DT3, right? Potentially? Maybe not.
No, Eddie didn't play.
Eddie did not play.
It was Flat Paper Birchman, Arnold, and Yuchi that played DT3.
Actually surprising.
That is very untypical.
Yeah, either way, we've got everybody in the lobby now. GLHF's coming out. Pikapone, Yuichi, Arnold, and Eddie going to be your lineup for Cupong. Carlos Flo, Rectigon, Sifs, and JP for EMPICONES. Cupong, they just got the breakpoint. They're looking to consolidate on it to get themselves up another point here in this match, but still down that breakpoint from one of their initial picks here. EMPICONES looking to maybe answer back with a breakpoint of their own, but I really don't know how this pick will go.
Why is Eddie 4-digit again? Someone said in chat. Isn't this guy BWS? Isn't he like BWS or something?
Something like that.
Something like that? Okay, well, there's 2 breaks. Never mind. 3 breaks on the side of Cupong. Only 1 break. Never mind. 2 breaks on the side of EMPICONES. Carlos Flo, you're cute for EMPICONES. Yuchi, Eddie, Arnold. Eddie finding another break. Pikapone going to contest with the 2 FCs against Rectagon and Sipes. And these two FCs are going to kind of do wonders. Arnold going to drop the supporting combo. There's a little bit more supporting combo on the side of Cup Pong, but you do have the one FC on Peekapone dropping another FC on Rectagon. Sipes finding a little bit of combo to contest against Peekapone. But you have to realize that Peekapone in qualifiers is SS the 3WC Noma 1, but now finding a drop, traded with Sipes, and there's no FCs on the board, but look who's backing you up. Yuchi with the combo of himself, a little bit more supporting combo on Arnold and Eddie. Eddie gonna find a drop, but that is very beautiful stuff from Yuchi as he's reaching 400 in the combos, and he's reaching these 1-2s like nothing ever happened, and there's Noma 1 pick going as smoothly as it is, Lily.
Yeah, I mean, so far, it's pretty neck and neck right now, but it will start to go back the way of Cupong, although that miss from Yuichi is going to hurt a little bit. They were on the highest combo, but still decent recoveries for their other players. But the fact stands, JP is holding on to 650 combo right now, and Arnold missing. Eddie going to be dropping that recovery as well. Peekapone's down like 200 combo on JP, but that's a miss from JP now, and more misses on the side of EMPICONES. If Peekapone can hold just a little longer, we will see the score lead flip.
But you know who you're talking to. Peekapone, he's incredible at these Noma 1s. He does need a hold. That lead's gonna go over as Carlos just finds a break there. There's Sipes to back him up, but no, Sipes finds a break, so it's basically just so much more combo on the side of Cupong. Arnold, Yushi, Eddie, all in 3-digit combos, but Peekapone, what a wonders we are looking at as 99%, 81 accuracy. Absolute insane. These 1-2s are nothing to him, as nothing is stopping this man from getting a crazy score like this one. It can increase the score to 100k lead. But let's see if EMPICONES can find any holds. Rectagon trading with Yuchi, Eddie trading with York Q, but Peekapone finding no drops. Carlos and Scythe gonna find a drop. Arnold drops, but look who's standing. This guy's gonna hit the 1-2s. He's gonna absolutely put this in your freaking face. And he's finally finding a drop, but that didn't even matter. 200k in the lead. Cupong with an absolute domination on the Nomad 1. It is very close, but a couple of breaks done the job for EMPICONES to find that miss and find the loss on this Nomad 1. A breakpoint potential could have been there, but Cupong finally finding their way back, finding their footing, and now it is looking like they're going to be comfortable on a 2-3 deficit here.
Yeah, definitely going to be securing this consolidation on the breakpoint. Peekapone does end up missing, but not before putting in just an absolute rampage of a score here. 550k from Peekapone. I mean, you do have 470k on JP at the bottom right for EMPICONES, but yeah, Peekapone just put the team on the back. Good support from Yuichi and Arnold as well. Eddie, I think, was probably just the fourth player here for Cupong, not necessarily the most comfortable, but also able to play the map well enough. Dropped almost 300k, so really, really solid from Cupong. They are finally finding a little bit of footing here in this match now, as they are still down that break point, but they have made it a lot more doable for them.
Incredible stuff. The aim definitely going to be a little bit scary for EMPICONES going into these one-slotted maps, such as Hard Rock 1, as Free Mod 1. But now into these maps, every single map here has an alternative skill set. Noma 4 being Tech, Noma 5 being Gimmick, Hidden 2 being the low AR reading, Hidden 3 being that kind of everything weirdness to that Hidden 3. Every single map you pick will have a different outcome, especially a different skill set you have to go on. The Hard Rocks have yet to be picked. We have yet to see a Hard Rock. The only Hard Rock that was played on EMPICONES against the worse than me in the lower bracket for Grand Finals was Hard Rock 2. That's the only kind of Hard Rock knowledge that they have. But Free Mod 1 is going to be the pick for EMPICONES here, and I believe we are going back to aiming here. Or consistency, very, very consistent map too.
Yeah, this it's got consistency to it for sure, but it's a little hectic. There's a lot going on in it, a lot of uncomfortable aiming patterns. It's not your very typical aim map in a free mod slot. Lots of jank, I think, is the word that I'm looking for. But yeah, this pick, I mean, we did get to see EMPICONES play this previously in their match versus Worse Than Me, and I believe it was Ethan Tricks who put up an absolutely crazy score on it. Let me find it really quickly. Wait, was it played? I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, the Fremont.
Was it not?
What?
Was it not played? Oh, it actually wasn't. That's crazy.
No.
All right, well, never mind.
I think,
excuse me.
I think it was like
thinking of the Fremont 3.
Yeah, it was like Fremont 3 and Fremont 4 that was played.
Yep.
For
okay.
Epicons.
So I take all that back. I'm just brain farting. My mistake.
Get him!
Pitchforks and torches, everyone. Very sorry, but hey, whatever. This is
Why are we
still
gaslighting
EMPICONES pick. Yeah, you know, I do it for the love of the craft here.
Oh, hi, Paxi. Hi, Paxi.
They did play it. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Are we?
Because I swear, but I don't see it. Am I actually schizo? What's happening here? I was gonna say, I'm like 99% sure they played it, but yeah, they did. Yeah, Rectigon dropped 560k on the Hard Rock, Ethan Tricks 540k on the Hidden, JP almost 500k on the Hidden as well, and then Gleeg was basically 4th player, but I think definitely...
Yo, am I also dumb? I can't find it. Oh, wait, no, it's right there.
It's there. I don't know how I scrolled past it.
It's there. Wait,
It's
I like scrolled past
there.
it like 3 times. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We gaslight, we ungaslight.
Actually, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. The score just appeared in the MP link, just like right now.
That's crazy.
Okay, pretty much what you're seeing in this map, very, very consistent. This is kind of cursed. It's a bit, what it says on the sheet is schizo.
Yes.
I guess you could kind of like describe why it's schizo, but yeah, it basically has every kind of consistency you have. You have burst consistency, you have jump consistency, you have very alt-y patterns sometimes, or very kind of like geometrical patterns that are in unorthodox ways, but that is, I believe, a couple of more breaks on the side of EMPICONES. YurQ finding a little bit of a chain miss right there, but it is 3 FCs to 2 currently. Now it is 2 FCs to 2. Now it is 2 FCs to 1, as EMPICONES going to find more breaks on this little build-up here. EMPICONE and Arnold keeping it against Ethan Tricks and Rectigon, as those are the only combos kind of contesting these FCs here, and Cuppong in the lead in this first third of the map.
Is EMPICONE and Arnold both on the Hiddens, though, so definitely a little bit more difficult to aim some of these jumps with the Hidden mod, and we do see EMPICONE drop on the combo recovery as well from Yuichi here in this hectic section. No trades just yet on the other side, but they are going to be getting a miss from Ethan Tricks. That was one of the players on the high recovery for EMPICONES. Rectigon still FCing, but it's matched by Arnold, and there are recoveries on both sides, but that miss from Yuichi again is going to be hurting Cuppong just a little bit. The score is going to flicker back and forth. It's nobody's point just yet.
Arnold is contesting Rectigon, and Rectigon dropping a 500k. He's about to... Oh, never mind. Goodbye. Whoopsies. Anyways, Arnold is on a Hidden FC currently. There is still supporting combo for EMPICONES. It's still in reaching distance for them. VCO by like is going to find a break. EMPICONES kind of holding them against with the supporting combos, but there's a little bit more on EMPICONES just to hold a little bit of Arnold back. This Hidden FC is doing absolute wonders, but can EMPICONES hold these supporting combos to counter this? You need supporting combos on the side of Cuppong to be able to make this at least a little bit lighter on Arnold's shoulders, but there's so much you could do if you're a Cuppong here.
Yeah, I mean, Arnold is doing their best. It's going to be another break from Ethan Tricks, so that should help give that score back over to Cuppong, which it does flip over. But, I mean, EMPICONE is backing on that 800 combo recovery here. And so I think the further the map gets here, if Arnold's even able to hold on to like at least another 300 combo, they might just secure the point off of this intro combo that they've been able to build up here. But there's still a third of the map remaining. The point differential is less than 30,000 right now, so it very easily can go one way or the other if any big combos drop.
Isn't this where the map becomes a bit stupid?
Just a little.
Just a little bit at this end. It's free combo. I just wonder, is anyone a shit miss on this part? Nobody's shit missing. We haven't even arrived to the part where we're talking about. But now, arriving to the last quarter of the map, there is so much more combo on the side of Cup Pong now. Everyone's building some free combos, so this is pretty much some easy days. But now, into the jumps, now into the flow. Yuchi, Piggy Pong, that's a break! That's going to be very important for EMPICONES here. Arnold needs to hold Zucchini right behind him. But no, he's no more. And Arnold, he needs to hold against these combos. EMPICONES finding a break on your cue. But wait, that is advantage towards Arnold. He has enough combo to counter this. He just needs to hold against every single player on EMPICONES. Rectagon's down. Vicio's down. No, he's not. Trix is going to be down. But there's no supporting combo on Cup Pong, as well as EMPICONES and Vicio by like. He holds on the Nomad, but I think Arnold has done just enough. I
mean, the pause there, it showed the scores. It's still relatively close, but we're coming to the very end of the map, and the combo density is gone now. I think Arnold has gotten it secured here. Even if there comes a break, which I hope not, it's the last little bit of the map, and we are going to see the FC from Arnold on that hidden. What a crazy solo performance from Arnold. There was great backing score from Picapone. I don't think it was. I think it was just the low accuracy dropped them down to about 900k. But regardless, it was a 100% needed score from Arnold. Picapone with that backing 520k did help quite a bit. But the other two scores, I mean, if Arnold had even missed like 200 combo out from the end, that point would have been over towards EMPICONES, which is crazy to think about.
Oh, that's in the maniacal score. Okay. Now, we saw the score 0-3 in favor of EMPICONES. Blink your eyes and you miss it. 3 maps have passed by, and it is 3 in a row wins for Cup Pong here, as they are finally back in the saddle. Finally back where they belong, and now we're in a best-of-7 match where we have 3 picks left for each team. Hardock's yet to be touched. Fremont pool almost done, as well as the DT pool, and as well as those hiddens and nomads waiting to be played. It is 6 picks left, 3 from each team. But now, as we get deeper into these sections of the map, this is where people say coin flip maps. We're running out of picks. We don't know. We gotta pray that they miss, or people are gonna depend on one person to do an absolute ridiculous play on maps. This here could happen on Hard Rock 2 for EMPICONES, especially with the score that they put up against Worse Than Me. The Cup Pong here still have free mod 4 up. Toro Me Hard 2. I did say DT3 was kind of like a no-brainer for them to win on that map, but unfortunately, some very bad shit misses on Birchman and Flat Paper on that DT3. But Fremont 4, Birchman finding the pick for them. It is going to be the gore shit map.
Yeah, I believe this was picked by Worse Than Me in the Losers Grand Finals for Worse Than Me versus EMPICONES. And I was like very in the mindset that Worse Than Me was just going to win that point, because I didn't really expect EMPICONES to be able to field 4 comfortable players on the map. And for the most part, they weren't able to field 4 comfortable players, but you did have Trix and Vicio by like on above 300k score. And the second highest score from Worse Than Me was Zex, below 300k, but it was a 720k score from Rectagon on Hard Rock. And even with a full combo from Ryu Yamada on that Nomad, the EMPICONES was still able to get that break point. So this pick is decent, I think, for Cup Pong, just given you know, you can't expect Recticon to pull out another 720k. But overall, the other players for EMPICONES, their scores are very, very beatable, even if Recticon does do a similar performance here.
Even if you get to that similar performance, you need to do wonders if you are EMPICONES here. You need to have these really, really good supporting scores. But this is just a matter of who's able to grab some really good accuracy. Recticon on Hard Rock is always scary just because he's able to bring out scores like that. 721k on a speed map like this one, especially with the amount of flow that it has, or the sort of flow that it has as well at that 244 BPM speed. It's going to be very, very scary. Good luck, have fun. Coming in the chat, you can see the lobby filled in with your speed players. Eddie, we expect it to be in DT3, is going to be in for the free mod 4. Arnold, Eric, and Picapone going to be in as well for Cup Pong. EMPICONES have Ethan Tricks, G-Lag, VCOB, By-Like, and Rectagon.
Yes, put Gleeg in. Is gonna be Hard Rock on both Recticon and Gleeg. Ethan Trick's gonna be the lone hidden. And it's gonna be double hidden from Picapone and Arnold with Eddie on the Hard Rock. This is the kind of map that I think Eddie should excel on, but with it being on Hard Rock, you know, it does add a little bit of difficulty, although Eddie is a phenomenal Hard Rock player. So Arek and Vicio going to be matching each other on the no mods here. And I mean, there's a lot of finger control in this map. Stamina as well really starts to kick in, especially if you're not super comfortable on stamina. But yeah, here we go into the first few streams.
Can you have stamina for about 3 minutes? That's the test. Technically 2 minutes 30 seconds, but it's there. Eddie finding the first sets of breaks. He's actually overstreaming. You think he's running out of stamina? No, he's overstreaming. He's actually overstreaming, so it's kind of funny. There is still 4 FCs on the side of EMPICONES. Ethan Trick's gonna find the first set of breaks for EMPICONES here, but the accuracy lead is the reason why they still have this lead here. The jump is Eric is gonna find a miss on the jumps for the no mod, and so Picapone and Arnold need to keep these FCs intact against EMPICONES. 3 FCs on G-Lag, Rectagon, and VCOB by like. But Rectagon, he had a 700k performance last time, but won't be the case for this time around. Rectagon finding a drop there as Cupon finally finding some footing, but that is nothing compared to what the accuracies that Cupong have.
Yeah, the accuracies overall, even with Eddie dropping down to 85 just now, Ethan Tricks is matching that, and Gleeg is still holding on to full combo, but never mind, oh my gosh, he finds the break. Picapone will trade though, so it's not all hope lost for EMPICONES, but I was going to say, even though he was holding on to the combo, his accuracy is very poor. It's down to 91%. So, I mean, it's very much on the favor of Cupong in terms of AC overall, but, I mean, the misses are coming through. It's a double miss from Arnold, Arek, and it trades out with Vicio, who was the last FC for EMPICONES, so now it's anyone's game. It's only 80,000 points in favor of EMPICONES, but Cupong could definitely bring it back very quickly.
There's more supporting combo on the side of
never mind.
Here.
I didn't see the combos on Ethan Tricks or Rectagon.
That is so much more combo. Rectagon finding a basically score capping miss in the middle of the map, but this is technically it. There's not a lot of combo on the side of Cupong. If this were to flip over to the side of Cupong, EMPICONES were apt to chain miss these absolute non-aimical streams here, but that is going to be another breakpoint. Again, we're forgetting how to pick our own maps, but that is an absolute insane breakpoint as well. EMPICONES had an opportunity there, and they took it well in their rights, and that is going to be a 4-3 lead for them.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't dislike the pick for Cupong, especially considering it's so hard to replicate some of the scores that, like Rectagon's score, for sure. Really hard to replicate on the Hard Rock there. He dropped like 720k and still ended up getting almost 600k in this map. But every other player significantly improving on EMPICONES. Like Vicio going up to almost 700k on that no mod. I think they were sitting at about 300k, something like that, and versus worse than me. Yeah, 390k, so almost a 300,000 score increase. Ethan Trick's increasing his score by about 40k or so, or 80k, excuse me, and Gleeg also increasing by well over 200k. So I mean, just like, you can't expect that to happen from EMPICONES. I don't know if it was maybe an underperformance in their previous match, or maybe they just got a little bit more comfortable with the map, practiced it a little over the night. But either way, yeah, Cuppong not getting that point does give that breakpoint back over to EMPICONES, and that's a 4th breakpoint XCF. There's been 4 breakpoints so far in this match.
Yeah, 4?
4.
Yeah, 4 out of 7. More than 50% of the maps have been breakpoints. And now EMPICONES the opportunity. 4, 3.
So I think it. You know what? It might be 3. I could be very wrong here. I think it is. No, 3. 3 breakpoints. Excuse me. Okay, I did the math.
Just look at the ref sheet, everybody.
Look at the ref sheet. Well, we can. You can't.
I can.
No. Chat can't.
Oh, chat can't. No, there is. There is 4 breakpoints.
Is it actually? Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
there we go. There we go.
No, wait, it actually is 5. Oh, no, I'm tweaking. Is it 5? No, it is 5 breakpoints.
It's 5.
It's 5 breakpoints. It's 5 out of 7 maps that have been picked up in breakpoints.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're into a banger.
I agree with you. Pick your own maps. Let's go, guys.
Hard Rock 3. This is, I believe this is going to be the first time you're seeing this map be played. I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, this is the first time we are going to see the Hard Rock 3 be played. No information is going to be given to us on this Hard Rock 3, but what you're going to be having in this Hard Rock 3 is going to be a little bit of that snappy aim control that you desperately so love as a Hard Rock player and one of those aim control players as well. And this is very snappy. 158 BPM, and especially you're hearing the music very, very fast, very, very kind of like rhythmic as well. I mean, all these polyrhythms, these tempo changes, these time signature changes as well. 2 minutes of hell on the aim control. This is going to be absolute fun for the players here. And EMPICONES finding a pick on this. You know why they're picking this. You have a Rectagon, and that's the player you should be looking out on this kind of map here.
Yeah, Rectagon is such a scary player to have to play against when it comes to Hard Rocks. The dude can, and most of the time does, end up putting up such good scores on the Hard Rocks that he basically can match 2 or 3 players on the other side. So it is a scary thing to have to go against right now, but not without reason here. Cuppong also have some phenomenal Hard Rock players and people who do tend to do very well on the kind of craziness that you would see in this map here, but it's gonna have to be I think Rectagon really stepping up on this Hard Rock 3.
And that's a song that's going in my playlist. Damn, that slap bass is actually crazy. Anyways, the first set of breaks on your Q and Zucchini, that's going to be just the beginning of the map, but you can already see how this map is kind of laying out. When we talk about snappy, we talk hella snappy, and you're already seeing it in the first set of this map, or the first seconds of this map, but it is going to be Rectagon, not with the highest act, this Chalk Gamer with the highest act, but his trades on Carlos and Zucchini. Still have 2 FCs to currently 1 on Rectagon, so Eddie and Yuchi going to do some heavy lifting on this Cuppong breakpoint potential map. And when we say we got to pick our own maps, we're already 1/3 through, and there is still a little bit more combo on the side of Cuppong here.
Yeah, just the fact stands, 3 of the players broke on EMPICONES, and only 2 of them have broken on Cuppong. It's going to be another break from Zucchini, who is down on the accuracy, but JP trades it shortly after. And there goes Yuichi. That was one of his 2 FCs. on this pattern, and it's still Eddie to hold versus Rectigon. Eddie doing their best to match Rectigon here, but I mean, if either of these players break, it will go towards the direction of the other team. And it's only a third of the map remaining, Exia. There's really not much time left in this map. It's 2 minutes long, so these combos are so important to hold on to.
Anyways, that's 2 really big combos. Did we just slider break on the... Okay, yes. That's 2 combos down. Never mind. It's a Bancho on Carlos, but Chalk Gamer was not... And it's a much more heavy combo lifting on the side of Cuppong. Is Eddie gonna double FC this with Rectagon? These scores are absolutely insane, as Eddie is contesting that FC on not far behind on the reverse choke. But I believe this is going to be the scores that are put up, and that is just absolute insanity from both of those players. I think Eddie was a slider break at the very end. No, that's very much an FC. Rectagon, 97% AC. Eddie, 97% AC. Arnold with a very good reverse combo here at 700 as well. And that is 6 breakpoints in this match. 6 out of 8 maps have been breakpoints.
Eddie is
Or is your World Cup player?
I mean, the dude should not be 4-digit. I'll put it that way. And also, I believe Ethan Tricks also is 4-digit. Am I crazy on that?
Is he? Is he still 4-digit? Wait, what? Is this guy still?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh.
So like a couple of D rankers in this lobby right now. Yeah, he's
not.
1024.
Oh, okay, Eddie is like literally edging the 4-digit mark.
They both are. Yeah, 1024 for Ethan. 1000 and what is it, 1003 for Eddie. But yeah, I mean, Eddie is a phenomenal Hard Rock player. The dude has been so good at Hard Rock. I was placing him a little bit earlier on for a potential good Hard Rock score from that pre-mod 4. Didn't quite get to see it there, but we did get to see it on the Hard Rock 3, and he got the score that was required in order to get them that breakpoint. Breakpoint number 6, by the way.
Yeah, picking is hard. This game is kind of hard, guys. Y'all have to realize that nothing goes quite well when you're picking into one of the best players or one of the best teams of this tournament. 4-4, down to a best of 5. 2 picks left for each team. 4 picks in total. Noma 4 is going to be the pick from Birchman on the side of Cuppong, and we're going into possibly one of the hardest maps in the pool, as tech like this could be absolutely detrimental to the momentum of this match. Tenshi Heart Factorization. Square Resonance is the difficulty name on a 200 BPM tech map. You're gonna get some hell.
Well, yeah, also Gleek is 4-digit. I mean, I don't know, man. D-ranking's a problem. That's why we got BWS, folks. Start winning too
but
much.
what's BWS if you have no badges, though?
You're so right. Me when I sandbag because I'm just too good, but I don't want to get a badge so I can keep playing well.
Okay, that is the craziest.
That's these players. That's these players. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are about to get badges.
True. We will see either at the end of this match or if there's a bracket reset, no matter what, we will see 8 players add a badge to their profiles. Whether that's going to be their first or an additional, I think most players in these 2 teams have at least 1 badge. Many have multiple badges, but yeah, I mean, this is exciting. This is grand finals, and it's been so back and forth. 6 breakpoints out of the 8 maps that have been played so far. Will we be seeing more? Probably.
A little bit of lobby stalling. When I say Numa 4, this Numa 4 is probably going to determine the entire matchup here. I believe it. This is one of the hardest maps in the pool. 7.4 is text map. or SR 7.4 SR tech map. They're not easy. They're not easy at all. And when we're standing at the map pool at an average of 7.8, this is a map where if you win this, you're going to feel such good momentum. You're going to feel really good about the next maps coming up just because you won the hardest map in the pool. And especially, you're going to be up 5-4.
That's true. One of these two teams will be 5-4 by the end of this map. This is a scary pick, though. Again, just going to be potential for another breakpoint here. If either Ethan Tricks or any of the other players put up similar performances on the map now as they did previously, then this very may well just be a 7th breakpoint here in this match.
But anyways, let's see what the Snowball 4 has in store for these players here. You're Cute's gonna find the first set of breaks. Yichi gonna find that trade. As EMPICONES a little bit in the front foot with the accuracy lead here. As there are a little bit of drops on the side of Yichi as well on the accuracy. Zucchini finding the second FC drop for Cuppong here. And now it is 2 FCs to 3 with a lot more breaks on the supporting combos on Yichi. This is very important for these supporting combos to come alive because these FCs could disappear really quickly. But now into a little bit more aim control part here with the doubles. The aim requirement for this is absolutely insane. Carlos finding a break, but Picapone and Arnold gonna hold. Picapone's gonna find a break, and Ethan Tricks and Rectagon, oh, what are they doing? Absolute wonders are being performed in the stage right here as EMPICONES looking to get our 7th breakpoint this match so far.
Yeah, 7 breakpoints here, looking to be the case potentially. It's Rectagon now versus Arnold. Ethan Tricks did miss right before this slow section for a little bit of free combo. Will put a bit of a stop to the score gain for EMPICONES, but I mean, there's been so many more misses on Cuppong across multiple players, so it's still going to continue to rise in favor of EMPICONES, but Arnold is doing his best to match Rectagon right now. If Rectagon misses, then, I mean, it could be very quickly going back the way of Cuppong. It's not over just yet.
And look at them, both one of the best tournament players of our generation, Rectagon, as well as Arnold trying to contest this Nomad 4 pick, but it's Cuppong's pick here. He's trying to tug the rope, but Rectagon keeps it on holding. And the supporting combos on the side of EMPICONES is helping so much here. And there is not a single break coming from Rectagon. That is a Nomad 4 win on EMPICONES. And that is an absolute unfortunate break point for Cuppong again. And 7 is going to be the number of breakpoints that we've had across 9 maps, and we still have yet to go through 3 picks.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little ridiculous at this point. But instead of Ethan Tricks being the one to drop a monster score here for EMPICONES, it was Rectagon. 900k on this Nomad 4 is, I'll say, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And even with the FC, almost near FC match from Arnold, like, the accuracy difference between the two is kind of silly. There were 2 players above 97% on Cuppong, but no one with that accuracy that was holding on to the majority of the combo. So yeah, again, just another breakpoint here on a map that, you know, it very could have gone the way of Cuppong, but EMPICONES, they look so good on this whole pool. Even on the maps that they've lost, they still have put up 1 or 2 scores that were just very solid. So, I mean, the way this is going, we might just go to tiebreaker off of breakpoints alone, Exia.
I mean, what can you do? This is a matchup that I feel like anyone could take it on any other given day. Everybody's playing at a good level, everyone's playing at a bad level, and everything is countering each other, which will... You see that TB right there? The Hexen Noir TB. If you want to see that, you do need these wins to happen. The semifinals tiebreaker for the O2 World Cup 2025. There's a possible map we are going to see if EMPICONES do find more losses here, and Cuppong finds 1 win. Or 2 wins, excuse me, and EMPICONES finds 1. But Hardock 1 We are finally going to delve into the Hard Rock pool once again after that Hard Rock 3 breakpoint on Cupong, but now EMPICONES. Let's see if the breakpoint miracles are happening once again, but I don't believe EMPICONES is going to drop this one.
I mean, this is another map that we haven't gotten to see yet in the grand final stage. So a little bit of question marks on this one again. Of course, you do have Recticon for EMPICONES, but Cupong, I mean, Eddie matched Recticon's FC on that Hard Rock 3 that we got to see earlier. So, I mean, the potential for another breakpoint is pretty high once more. I mean, normally you expect breakpoints to be more prevalent as the match goes later on. The picks start to become less favorable towards one team or the other. But I mean, the way that this match has been going, I don't know. It could be anyone's point at this point. Like, it could be EMPICONES putting themselves up towards match point, or are we just gonna see Cupong tie things up again on another breakpoint?
I think EMPICONES are kind of comfortable already. I mean, all 4 players are already in the lobby. It does kind of show the body language here in terms of people in the lobby that, yeah, they're ready to go. They have the confidence to go into this Hard Rock 1. The aim, the mech tech is not going to be a problem for them. But especially an 8-star map or around an 8-star map such as this one with the mech tech and all that, you have to be consistent. You got to be very, very consistent. And 4 minutes, 38 seconds. This is going to be one of the longer maps in the pool. So expect these kind of combos to be extremely large in some cases, but once you're kind of in the lead by about 500 combo or even 1,000, that is considered quite a lot of combo, especially in a map like this one.
Definitely going to be important to hold on to the combos here. 7.97 stars, 190 BPM, but 4.5 minutes, over 4.5 minutes long. Consistency is key here on this Hard Rock 1. We are going to be getting underway. It's map number 10. Been a lot of breakpoints so far. I can't imagine that this one could be another breakpoint, but we've got Pikapone, Yuichi, Arnold, and Eddie for Cupong. Rectigon, Chalk Gamer, JP, and Carlos going to be here for EMPICONES.
Okay, this is pretty much the map. Yeah, what you're seeing right now is pretty much the map.
Yeah, basically. 4.5 minutes of this.
Consistency. Alright, Chalk Gamer, first break, but that's basically in the beginning of the map. Carlos Flow as well as the beginning of the map. And right now, there is nothing much going on. The interesting parts happening are only the 3 breaks on your screen, only 1 on the side of Cupong. It's 3 FCs against 2 right now. Never mind. Yerq finding a drop. And so it's basically just Rectigon to try and pull up a absolute monster score against 3 good combos here against Cupong. And this is an absolute insane tax to hold because Pikapone is matching your SS. Ichi finding a drop, so Eddie now has to kind of help Pikapone here. Space streams, very far jump, space burst. If you're not focused for a single sheer second, you are going to miss. And Eddie is finding that miss there. As there is much more combo now on the side of EMPICONES. This map is absolutely flipped on its head. Chalk Gamer finding a break. But it's Rectigon versus Pikapone on these FCs right now.
Yeah, just getting into some of the longer streams, really catching off some of the players here. But, I mean, still is 1 FC to 1. It's going to be, again, another long stream, but both players hold. Pikapone finally dropped that SS. I don't know how much long ago that happened, but Rectigon still holding on to his. Arnold does fall there, and Carlos is on really good recovery as well. So if this goes even just a little bit further, we will see the score flip, and Pikapone misses. That was the last FC for Cupong, so now it definitely will flip over the way if it goes, but not with Rectigon dropping. Hold on, it's a few chain misses across the screen, but it's still JP with the highest combo in the lobby right now, and it's only 300, so it's still going to be either way flipping back and forth for the time being.
This map is hard. I'm not even complaining why Rectigon missed in the middle there. It is a couple of score caps for a couple of these players, but look at that score lead. We are literally dead middle. by about 1K, by about 5K lead for back and forth we go with these leads right now. If any more misses right now come through, Chalk Gamer is going to find the first Eddie to trade that back, but Picapone needs to find another contestant combo against Rectagon here. Yuichi and Arnold are kind of holding up against your Cube, but Chalk Gamer finding more misses left and right. No footing is found with that player on the top right, so that is just giving slight leeway towards Cup Pong here. And there's a double break on the top side of the screen. Yuichi and Rectagon finding breaks, but Picapone, he's holding, but now finds another set of breaks, and now it is just Arnold on this 300 combo, about to reach 400 as EMPICONES find a lot of breaks in that kind of bursty section, or find his stream section there. Traded again, traded once more. It's the far jumps that are claiming everyone's combo, but Rectagon holds strong here. He's the one with the highest combo, so it's possible for EMPICONES to bring this 25K lead back to their side, and those two breaks from Yuichi and Arnold might just give the slightest edge that EMPICONES need.
Yeah, I mean, it's so close to going one direction here.
I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, it's terrifying as we get into the final quarter of the map here. Rectagon still holding on to the highest combo. There is support building up for both Chalk Gamer and JP, but that's a miss from Rectagon and Chalk Gamer. Carlos, Flo, and JP, that's a four-way miss on the side of EMPICONES, and the score is still on the side of Cup Pong. Picapone's holding on to the highest combo, now the only player with combo, and is going to hold on to it, making out of that section. So now Picapone has a chance to just get enough score over the way of Cup Pong in order to secure another breakpoint here in this match.
Is he gonna hold? It's a break. It's a triple break against Cup Pong here. Yuichi is the only one with the combo to contest against Rectagon. But these 1-2s are absolutely impossible. No wonder why everyone's breaking. There's no way in hell you're gonna hit those 1-2s. And that is a 40K lead for Cup Pong here. This map, you see the scoreline 40K, and you're an absolute right man if you say that was close as hell, because holy hell, that was down to just so many breaks. So many breaks. It's 25K lead or 30K lead for Cup Pong to win this Hard Arc 1, but now it is going to be the 8th breakpoint of our 10 maps that have been picked. We have 2 more picks left to go, 1 from each side. So the last picks for both of these teams, and these picks have to count. Do you want to see that OWC tiebreaker? Or do you want to see that bracket reset if you're EMPICONES? Or do you want to see 8 badges connected to yourself as Cup Pong?
I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot. We are going to get the immediate hidden 3 pick here from Cup Pong. And I mean, again, I'm just going to stop saying it. Breakpoints, guys. Like, the potential is there. EMPICONES, the team that I wouldn't pick hidden 3 into, but I mean, I don't know. It's Cup Pong's final pick here. No matter what, this is their last pick. EMPICONES will have an opportunity to get 1 more pick as well after this map, but yeah, I mean, this match is crazy. As you said, 8 breakpoints now. The most breakpoints I've seen that went to a tiebreaker was 10 in like 5 USC 2023. But that's a 5-digit tournament scene, right? Like that's crazy too, but like probably more reasonable there. I don't know, like this many breakpoints here in the grand finals is kind of wild, because I feel like these players should know each other well enough to know what is safe to pick and what isn't. And so far, I mean, it doesn't seem like they know that.
Especially Hidden 3. This is a very good map. And Arnold's very good at these hidden maps too, as well as Birchman, Zucchini, the people that you're seeing on your screen right now. Really good at these hidden maps, but an instant pick going into Cup Pong's pick here. This shows some delusional confidence here, but I respect it in a way where it might work. Because EMPICONES, this has been absolutely back and forth. It's been unpredictable. We thought that these picks would be so comfortable for the team that picked it. But then again and again, 8 times. Breakpoints. It is going to be Picapone, Birchman, Zucchini. 1 more player for both sides. Ethan Tricks, Rectagon, Carlos Flo. And that is Arnold the player that you did expect for this Hidden 3 is going to be slotted into this Cup Pong roster. 2 minutes and 47 seconds of Hidden 3 galore, as we see basically every single skill set in this Hidden 3.
I believe... Yeah, okay, so the only maps that haven't been played so far in this Grand Final stage, across the 2 matches that we've seen so far, this being the second, is that Nomad 5 and the DT1. Those are the 2 maps that have yet to be played. So I wonder if, because we have seen multiple maps that was played from EMPICONES versus Worse Than Me, but I wonder if the pick strategy here from Cup Pong isn't necessarily picking towards maybe like favorable things or like super secured picks, but maybe it's just to really see how EMPICONES does on the pool overall, just get information to go into a potential bracket reset. But I mean, we'll see. Looks like a little bit of stalling from Bancho as we try to get into the final pick from Cup Pong on this pick now. Bancho moment? Bancho moment.
There's Bancho moment here. All right. Aim control. Streams, jumps, everything weird is the description of the Sin 3 on the map pool notes. But when you're expecting weird, this is what you're expecting. The kind of aim control that the demon from hell kind of brings onto the maps like this one. It's already a lot of breaks for all of these bottom players on your screen right now, from Zucchini all the way to Carlos here. Finding breaks already. Your top row not finding a single break. EMPICONES finding the first set of breaks on that top row. Birchman to trade that on the same team. So EthanTrix and you're cute. And picking this into EthanTrix is kind of a death sentence. I don't believe you kind of win this against a man like that, but whatever you do, you need to find some combos. Zucchini's right behind him with a little bit of combo there, but no supporting combo to help that combo at all. But you are starting to build that up right again in EMPICONES. EthanTrix finding the first break of many yet to come. That's 1/3 through the map. That's going to be a bit of score cap as that lead, 20k, 30k, going straight towards Cup Pong here. Never mind, 3 breaks into it. Never mind a full wipe.
Yeah, it's all 4 players on Cup Pong to find misses. 2 of the players, JP and Carlos, did break there. But yeah, I mean, the combos on Rectigon and EthanTrix are kind of negligible. They're only about 100 points over any of the recoveries from Cup Pong, so it's not gonna start swinging super heavily into favor of EMPICONES. We're getting into the first half of the map being done now. Into this PI section, the spacing really picks up. Birchman gonna be dropping. Carlos will trade, and still just gonna be those 2 players find misses. Rectigon drops on that recovery, so still potential to bring it back for Cup Pong.
My!
Zucchini holds, EthanTrix misses, but so does JP.
It's basically your cue versus Zucchini! It's Zucchini! Oh my goodness, this is the combo to take it over! Can you break the street and break points here? He has to hold through these sections right here. But these slider streams are so difficult. You need a little bit more supporting combo, but I think he's going to be able to do it. There's still tons of map left to go. It's still a quarter left, so he's not out of the woods yet, but this map keeps kicking up once and once again. And that combo from Zucchini might have done it. There's still more breaks on the side of EMPICONES, but EthanTrix, he's trying to contest that Zucchini combo. But what can you do? This man is activated. This man is absolutely going maniacal on this Hidden 3, and he's still holding all of his players, all of his teammates around him broke. But what can you do? Finally finds the break, but that is the dagger that finally stops the breakpoint streak. And EthanTrix, all he can do is pray that there is still a lot of breaks on the side of Cup Pong. Final slider, and Zucchini just pulled a hell out of the score to get that point and meet the match point.
After 5 breakpoints in a row, 8 breakpoints total so far, Cup Pong finally close out that streak of the breakpoints being traded back and forth here. 5 in a row is kind of ridiculous, but they will be putting themselves up to match point. First team to match point here in this match. Now it's down to EMPICONES' final pick here to see if they can also get to that match point. So we could see a potential tiebreaker for, again, a potential bracket reset. This match is kind of crazy, folks. I'm very excited that it has been going so back and forth, but I mean, now EMPICONES, like, what do you pick? You've got Hidden 2, you've got Nomad 5, and you've got some good gimmick players, but I don't know. It's tough here. I don't think you picked that DT1. So and maybe that Hard Arc 2, they did actually have Reikon do a pretty crazy score on the Hard Arc 2. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing left, and it's still question marks in the air.
I'm kind of scared, or I'm kind of like questioning why Noma 5 and Hidden 2 haven't opened the entire time.
Right.
Just because EMPICONES, I believe, has been the better gimmick team overall. But especially, I mean, you look at the rosters for both of these teams, they still have players that have yet to touch the pool, or excuse me, the match. But that is at DT1. That is the map that we have yet to see, I believe. We have not seen this in the losers bracket match when EMPICONES played against Worse Than Me. But in DT1, and I'm kind of happy they picked this. I did not want to see a very slow map for the Noma 5 or the Hidden 2. A little snoozer before we hit the tiebreaker, but now we are seeing that consistency, that wide aim consistency at 249 BPM. This is 10.3 AR, 10.3 OD, so the accuracies are kind of gonna be a little bit low, I'd say, for this one. But this is a very, very solid map if you're looking at EMPICONES, but that doesn't mean that Cuppong is out of this yet. They're on match point, so anything goes. As we saw, 8 breakpoints from the last 11 maps.
Yeah, I mean, I just was not expecting this to be the final pick for EMPICONES, and not that it's necessarily a bad pick. I have no clue how they'll do on it. As you said, we haven't seen this map. Now, that only leaves the Nomad 5 as the only map that hasn't been played, of course the tiebreaker as well, that hasn't been played so far in this Div 1 Grand Finals stage. So, yeah, it's kind of like, just don't really know, but I mean, yeah, with the aim style of this map, I imagine EMPICONES should do well on it, especially if they feel that this is the best pick out of the remaining maps. I definitely would have thought maybe something like the Hidden 2 or the Nomad 5 probably would have been better, but the DT1, I mean, it's potential for Cuppong to also get it. Peekapone has been doing Peekapone things on the previous A maps that we've seen so far, so dude is able to definitely put up a score in order to potentially just end EMPICONES' tournament line right now. Not even let it get to tiebreaker, but I mean, yeah, it's just gonna be down to this final pick here, whether or not we go to tiebreaker here, whether or not we even get a chance to see a potential for a bracket reset. This is the final pick in this first match.
The good luck, have fun's coming around. Who is going to get the demon score? Who is going to get the absolute mental score to be able to bring themselves into that win of the tournament for Cuppong? Or will we see the tiebreaker that every single person watching the stream right now wholesomely and everly so deserves of this DT1 here? And Yuchi and Flat Paper showing hopes of a tiebreaker already in these first couple of breaks. But it is not out of the woods yet. You have so much map left to go. This is an absolute longevity map for the aim. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. There's still a little bit more breaks on the side of Cuppong as Flat Paper finding a little bit more than he's used to. But it is still the 3 FCs to 2 here, Lily.
3 FCs going into the first PI. Flat Paper again going to be dropping combo, but Sace on the other side has been finding multiple misses. Still though, I mean, there is recovery on Yuichi right now, so the score lead isn't necessarily secured just yet. Only a quarter of the way through the map, there's plenty more time left for mistakes to be made, but I mean, 3 FCs hold on the side of EMPICONES, basically 3 FCs from Cuppong. It's 2 FCs with about 100 combo trailing from Yuichi. So it's very much still possible for Cupong to bring it back very quickly, but yeah, only 150,000 points in favor of EMPICONES. That's where 1/3 of the way through the map.
And still plot paper on the breaks. That's a your cute break, so that is actually a lot of combo kind of gone for EMPICONES here. And you can already see that the lead is kind of coming back towards Cupong here. The two FCs, as well as the reverse choke from Yuichi, doing wonders here as flat paper still finding more breaks, but it is the combo advantage for Cupong here.
Cupong is primed to bring the score lead back over the way, especially with all these misses coming through from safes. And flat paper does trade a little bit, but that is not the play that you need to break. Yuichi dropping on that recovery, so that is going to help EMPICONES. Now Mario drops on the FC. It's EMPICONES, last remaining FC for Cupong, and still 2 FCs on Carlos Flow and Rectigon. They are trying to keep the score in their favor, and it is going to continue to climb their direction.
Oh my goodness! EMPICONES finally drops. And look what we have, ladies and gentlemen. 2 FCs from Rectigon and Carlos Flow. And a little bit more score on Sipes and you're cute. And you wouldn't have it any freaking way. Tiebreaker on the OWC 2025 semifinals tiebreaker is about to happen as the DT1 closes, as EMPICONES finishes this last pick. 8 breakpoints out of the 12. 66% of our maps have been breakpoints. But now all of that doesn't matter because tiebreaker is here, Lily.
Tiebreaker is here. Everyone, take a moment, get some water, stand up, walk around a little bit, but don't go too far because it is going to be starting very shortly. But yeah, EMPICONES make it to that match point.
Ping everyone.
That's the tiebreaker. Yeah, ping everyone. We pinged here. That's some weak stuff. Okay, we need to get everyone here. This is crazy. 8 breakpoints. 8 breakpoints to get to this point is absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Rob.
Well, everyone that has watched the World Cup or haven't even watched the map of showcases does know what this map is capable of showing. Very, very mechanics heavy. It's a skill set barrage of ultimately everything, but mainly going to be the mechanics, the wide aims, the jumps. Going to be very snappy, as well as the 270 BPM going to complement that as well. So this metal song map is going to test the limits of these players. But you've seen tiebreakers in this tournament. Have we seen any tiebreakers in this tournament?
Yeah,
yes, we have seen one in the losers bracket. There's one in the losers bracket, and there's 2 in group stages. So 3 tiebreakers have been played in this tournament in total. Or excuse me, 4 tiebreakers have been played in this tournament total. And Speed is... Wow, that's actually really crazy stuff. Just looking back, Speed has played all their 3 maps into tiebreaker.
And they lost all of them. They finished 4th in their group, so they didn't even get a chance out of the group stage, which is crazy.
Okay, so this is our 5th tiebreaker of the tournament. So applaud for these teams. All 16 players absolutely playing lights out. Give props to them. No matter the outcome, no matter the absolute change, or even if we go to bracket reset, please give your props to the players as they've been absolutely playing out of their damn minds. And Lily, I'm really excited. This 5-minute map is going to basically determine the bracket reset or the winners of this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, podium finishers here. Both of these teams have secured top 2 in the tournament, but you really want that badge. You want the bragging rights. I think EMPICONES, they do have to win this to get the bracket reset to again potentially be able to win the tournament. So it is going to be a little bit more work from them. If Cupong is able to secure this tiebreaker here, they will just be your winners of Division 1 here in America's Draft Showdown. So, I mean, it's a lot on the line for both teams, but if Cupong is to lose this, they have gotten info on every single map in the pool now except for No Mod 5. That is the only map that they don't have info on how EMPICONES might fare on it. And so that's really, really solid to go into a bracket reset with that kind of information, because EMPICONES, while they've played almost every single map in the pool, Cuppong hasn't. Cuppong's only played the maps that we've gotten to see tonight, which is a lot of them, to be fair. But some of the other stuff, EMPICONES don't necessarily have info on.
How many TBs have we had in Grand Finals ADS history? You know what? Should we look? Good on memory lane a little bit.
Who's the local statistician here? Somebody
who's our local statistician right now? Who wants to run the numbers? Because I cannot find the forum post for every single like iteration.
Yeah, I have no clue. Well, it's all in the Discord actually. They're archived here. None in 2022. Let me find Div 1.
Okay, there was one in 2025. Okay.
There were two in 2023.
2 in 2023, 1 in 2025. Has there been one in 2024? So that would mean like 4? 4 in a row? 5, 4, 5. I don't know. I don't know.
Either way. Yeah, I mean, this is 2026 here. You've got EMPICONES versus Cuppong for potential bracket reset on the tiebreaker. 8 breakpoints if you're just arriving. 8, which is a lot if you don't necessarily follow the tournament scene. 8's kind of ridiculous.
Someone said we don't
why
talk
does
about
everybody have
2024.
hidden? Hello? There's so many hiddens in the line. Never mind. Okay, it's 5 hiddens. Okay, 5 hiddens here on this tiebreaker.
Okay. These players exceptionally. Okay, they're all good at hidden preference. Okay, so it makes sense.
True.
It makes sense.
True.
This is so understandable. Picapone, Zucchini, Arnold, Eddie for Cuppong. EMPICONES is having Ethan Tricks, Rectagon, Carslow, and your Q. This is the tiebreaker, ladies and gentlemen. Bracket reset is the chance to happen if EMPICONES wins this. But Cuppong badges, 8 of them waiting their win for this map. Will we see this tournament end right here, or will we see another set happen? It is tiebreaker semifinals of the OWC 2025, and we are going to begin with some absolute madness on the main stage here.
Heavy ult to start this map off. Picapone will be finding the first break from Cuppong. It does get traded out about 50 combo later from Carlos, so it's going to keep things relatively even. Accuracy-wise, looking pretty similar across the board here for both teams, but just a very slight score advantage for Cuppong. Picapone missing just slightly before Carlos gives them a slight combo advantage, especially now with JP finding a few breaks there themselves, so that will continue to give score over towards the side of Cuppong.
Yeah, break on Eddie. It is 2 FCs to 1. Make that 1 FC to 2. Excuse me, to make that 1 FC to 2. I didn't say 2 FC to 2, but now it is 1 FC to 2. Yeah, I got it right the second time. It is Zucchini with that break there. Arnold, one of the stronger tiebreaker players in this tournament, as well as Ethan Tricks and Rectagon trying to contest this as well. Carlos, not far behind on some reverse combo here, supporting as well. Picapone as well, finding a little bit of an early break there. So it is going to be some early days for these breaks, but that was 1/3 as we get into the map here. This is where combos that are pretty high, like the FCs here, are extremely volatile. You find misses, your absolute lead is going to disappear in the trenches. But the reason why this is so close is because of the supporting combos that Picapone and Eddie have. But Rectagon is finding a chain miss on the jump section right there. And Ethan Tricks right here. And right now, you need to do some magic. You need to pull out of your hat, but you pull out nothing. And as there is no combo on the side of EMPICONES, and victory is just awaiting Cuppong as we arrive to the halfway point of this map. There is no breaks on Arnold. Pika is finding a break, but what can you do against Arnold? Because this guy is absolutely here. 24/20. This guy is mental.
Yeah, Arnold is just firing on all cylinders right now. We are going to get into a little bit of the solo section, but we're halfway through the map already. The score can get very dangerous coming from Arnold if he keeps holding this big circle stream section, and he's still holding on to the combos. Multiple misses all across the board around him, but he's the only player that's able to put any combo forward right now. He's 1400 combo right now on this tiebreaker, and does finally end up missing, but it's still going to be about 140,000 points in favor of Cuppong. Full team reset for them. Carlos and Ethan Tricks hold on to the combos out of that solo, but still a lot of work to do from EMPICONES if we want to see them be able to take this to bracket reset.
And this is the semifinals tiebreaker from LWC. This map is going to have a little bit of breaks. It's a little easier when we get to these breaks, but 7.9 stars. This isn't easy at all. It is a around 150k lead here, but that is a little bit of breaks on Zucchini and Ethan Trick, so the trades are coming out. There's a little bit more combo if you do the calculations right on EMPICONES here. So if you're holding as a cup pong player, you're kind of comfortable here right now. Arnold and EMPICONES are kind of holding here. Zucchini and Eddie are trying to build up these supporting combos with Ethan Tricks and your Q finding breaks, and it is unfortunate. Carlos trading with Arnold and his EMPICONES against Rectagon, but Rectagon has nobody to help him. He has nobody, and there is just nothing he can do but wait for the demise of EMPICONES combos and his comrades to absolutely slam this combo in their face. About almost a 170k lead for Cup Pong, and this map looks done and dusted.
Yeah, that initial combo from Arnold just put in so much work. Now it's on his teammates to bring back this score, continue to climb here, and I think it might just be over. Rectagon misses, and I think that is going to be it. EMPICONES, they put up such a hard performance here in the grand final stage. 7-0 versus Worse Than Me brought this match to tiebreaker after 8 break points, but still, I don't think it's going to be enough. 200,000 points right now, and Zucchini highest combo in the lobby. It's gonna be Cup Pong winning out on the tournament entirely, and they will be securing those 8 badges, Exia, and they have done it here. The map's coming to a close, 240,000 and some change in favor of Cup Pong. GG, well played. They will be your winners of America's Draft Showdown Division 1.
Birchman getting his first badge in a year and a half. Arnold getting his first badge in almost, less than a year, around 10 months. There's a couple of players on that team right in front of you. EMPICONES going to get his first badge, his first badge in around, I believe, from 2020 was his last tournament badge in Canadian Draft Cup. So that guy finally gets a new badge in one of our modern tournaments. Eddie, the 4-digit player, finally gets another badge and gets BWS out of 4-digit ever so long again. And as you can see, the list of players once again: Zucchini finding another badge, Eric finding another badge, Flat Paper as well, Praise the EXO as well. All of these players well deserving that badge. Every single player that you're seeing on your screen right now, from 3rd place to 1st place, every single person deserves a badge, but who comes out on top? It's Cup Pong, and that's an absolute vouchable performance.
Yeah, GG, well played to all the players here. Your podium finishers: Worse Than Me in 3rd, EMPICONES in 2nd, Cup Pong with the badge secured. I don't think we got to see PlayStation at all, or AREC during this Grand Finals Winners Bracket match, but they played throughout the other matches in the finals and group stage for their team. So yeah, again, just very well deserved. But that's going to do it for us right now. Rob, I believe, has some closing words to talk about here, so we're just going to hand over the mic over to Rob.
Hello?
Hi, Rob.
Hello? Okay, you can hear me, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Making sure this works. Thank you guys for participating in this year. I typically enjoy doing these stuff, and so I can keep these sort of series of tournaments alive for you guys. And I always have a blast, so I appreciate you guys all participating and making it fun for me and the staff and for you guys, because that's really what this is for. It's for you guys. So yeah, congratulations to Cup Pong for winning, and EMPICONES and Worse Than Me for putting up a hell of a fight. And the last match and this match, the BR didn't strike for this year, for not the winners at least. So a little disappointed to break the bracket reset curse, but it is what it is. And yeah, so just wanted to talk a little bit about kind of the present of this tournament and the future, and like kind of my relation to what might happen going forward. So I guess just a little like kind of backdrop, I guess. I hope you guys understand that when I do these sorts of tournaments, I do try to put everything I can into it. Like all of my extra free time I have goes into trying to make these as best as possible for you guys, so you guys can enjoy your tournaments, and so these don't disappear, right? Because I guess without the staff, without me, these tournaments would disappear, and I really do try to put everything I have into these. That being said, I don't appreciate. I guess this is specifically in reference to what happened about a week ago. I do want to directly bring this up because I have to acknowledge it. I do not appreciate when people use this space that I create to spew hate. I don't tolerate it, not at all. It doesn't matter who it is. And I get that, you know, there's certain things that happen outside of this specific space. Like, I understand that. I'm not trying to comment directly on what specifically happens, but I won't allow for you guys to use this space I have to handle whatever agenda you guys may or may not have. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out there, just because it was a thing that happened, and I will go ahead and let you guys know that the badge request may be delayed because of some internal deliberation that I need to do in regards to player involvement when that happened, essentially. So I'm not sure how long exactly that'll take. I'm guessing probably a week or two. But I wanted to make you guys aware, so that's going forward. You guys understand kind of why certain things happen or not. Regardless, I don't want to take anything away from the match that happened today or the Div 2 match that happened earlier this week. And I mean, yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys for participating and making this thing happen, because this truly doesn't happen without you guys. Without players, there is no tournament. So yeah. Yeah, I'll let Lily and Exay take it away. Of course, I appreciate it. I don't know if this is happening next year, to be completely honest, but we'll see kind of what happens towards the end of the year. Thank you guys, and hope to see you soon. Yep.
And that's Rob. Thank you, everybody. It's Rob. We congratulate the winners, Cup Pong, for winning this American Draft Showdown 2026 Div 1, and as well as in Div 2. Congratulations to Futchad Lao Cow for winning Div 2, and EMPICONES for a valiant effort trying to get to the bracket reset. And I believe that's everything we need to cover. Thank you so much for the viewers for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure for commentating for you guys, as well as Lily, on my side commentator, my buddy here. You have anything else to say here?
No, I think we've covered it all. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Go show some love to Rob. Dude does so much behind the scenes that either you do, like, are aware of or aren't. Bro is just, like, super prevalent in all of the tourneys that he helps with. Yeah, go show some love. But yeah, congrats to the teams that won across both the divisions. As you said, Fat Shed Locale and Division 2 and Cup Pong going to be your winners here for Div 1. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody who took part in this tournament, whether it was playing or streaming or reffing or commentating, whatever. Yeah, this has been fun. So that's all I've got to say. I think that's going to do it for us, unless there's any other closing words. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and until next time.
Thank you, everybody. See you later.
「届かないとしてもなお伸ばそう